The Indian palm leaves are predictions for our individual life stories that were written many thousands of years ago by a group of sages in India called the Rishis. These predictions contain a summary of our life from the moment that we come to find them, which was already predicted, until the end of our life. The Rishis are a group of sages that are sometimes also called the Mahasiddhas. Maha means great, Siddhas means paranormal power. So they were yogis with great paranormal powers, which are not comparable with today's human beings. Their level of consciousness was much more developed, and they had the ability to perceive time from a higher perspective. They could basically perceive all the past, present and future simultaneously. And out of their great compassion, they perceived the lives of a few million individual people and wrote them down on palm leaves, which was used at that time like paper today. These palm leaves are stored in temple libraries in India, which for many millennia were preserving these leaves, knowing that one day the people for whom they were written would come to search for them, to hear the predictions for their lives and to find guidance and direction for their life. So the process of finding our individual palm leaves, which has our own name and the names of our parents written in it, is as mystical as the entire world of palm leaves as well. It starts with your thumbprint, the right thumbprint for man and the left thumbprint for woman. So all the information the library receives to start the search for your leaf is your thumbprint, your gender and your country of birth. While every thumbprint is unique, there actually are certain thumbprint patterns which, when combined with each other, can be used as identification information to find bundles of leaves, groups of leaves that all fit to that thumbprint pattern. So someone will go into the library and pick bundles of leaves that fit to your specific thumbprint pattern. Then, once these bundles of leaves are found, the matching process will start, in which we will have a Zoom call with you as the seeker, the palm leaf reader who reads the ancient Tamil in which the palm leaves are written, and a translator who translates that into modern English. And you will also be accompanied by a moderator from My Palm Leaf, from us. So in that Zoom call, we will go through that bundle of leaves and read different statements from that leaf, like you're married, or you have 5 brothers, or your parents are alive. And you answer these questions with yes, no, or I don't know. When you answer with yes, he will move to the next question. If you say no, he will move to the next leaf. Until at some point, and you will actually feel that moment, it's a very magical moment, there will be a leaf in which all questions are answered with yes, including when you were born, including your name, including the names of your parents, if you have the names of your children or of your partner, and it will be very clear like this is your personal leaf. And it's a very touching moment when you can feel that this was written for you many thousands of years before you were even born. So once your leaf is identified, once it was found out this is your personal leaf, it has your name on it, your date of birth, and it's very clear that this is you, there will be the reading of the general chapter. In the general chapter, it contains a summary of your life from the moment of the reading until the end of your life. The summary takes between an hour and a half up to 2 hours nearly. And besides summarizing your entire life, sometimes it also contains old karma. Like it might also speak about your past life if this has a very important karmic impact on your current life. And then it will end with recommendations, the so-called remedies, which is very important. The Rishis gave you very specific recommendations on how you can work with your karma, how you can transform your karma, and therefore to realign your life's path and to have a much smoother, more fulfilling life experience as well. So the remedies are probably the most important aspect of the palm leaf readings. They are recommendations given to us by the Rishis, the authors of the palm leaves, on how to transform our karma and how to clean our karma in order to improve our life experience and overcome blockages that we might experience repeatedly in many different areas of our life. So the remedies can come in many different forms. For example, in the form of very simple actions like doing social service, spiritual services, also in the form of pilgrimages, and especially also in the form of spiritual practices like specific prayers or pujas, which are ceremonies that we can perform ourselves, or more complex ceremonies that can be performed for us in temples in India as well. Most of them work with our energetic body. Karma is a very complex process that's basically happening every single moment of our life. In every single moment of our life, we're either creating karma and at the same time we're experiencing the result of our karma. And the remedies help us to transform and clean those imprints that had the most negative impact in our lives so far. So after the palm leaf reading, we recommend you to take some time and just integrate the experience, because you not only receive a lot of information, but it's also a deep spiritual energetic process, and you really need to digest and integrate all the energy in your system as well. On a practical level, you're going to receive from us an email with a link to the recording so you can watch the reading as many times as you wish, and you also receive a photo of your own individual palm leaf. You're also going to receive from us a document that summarizes all the remedies, the recommendations to you given by the Rishis on how to clean and transform your karma, in which we will also explain of how you can actually perform these rituals and prayers. After the reading, you also have the possibility to search for more chapters that go into different aspects of your life in more detail. In total, there are 14 chapters available for each person that has their palm leaf. And in the first reading, you receive the reading of the general chapter, which is also by far the longest chapter. It's a summary of your life. And also, you also receive the reading of chapter 13, Old Karma, and chapter 14, which is the remedies. Apart from that, there are other chapters that go into details about different aspects of your life, like for example, relationships, career, health, your mother, your father, your siblings. And you can search for all of these chapters individually. We recommend to take a few days after the first reading to integrate the information first, and then to see which chapters are calling you, and we can make an appointment for each chapter individually as well. So I wanted to share a little bit about my own journey with the palm leaves and what motivates me to assist others to find their palm leaf and have a palm leaf reading. So I have heard about the palm leaf libraries many years ago, and I actually went to visit the first palm leaf library about 12 years ago in India. So when I visited my first library in Delhi, I was very touched by the entire process, although they didn't even find my leaf. But I could really feel that the whole process and the people and the place was very authentic and genuine, and that which really touched me. And then many years later, when I was in Germany in kind of a confused period of my life, one morning I woke up, and before I was even fully awake, I was like, the palm leaves, I remembered it very clearly. And I felt such a strong calling to search for my own palm leaf. And while I was still half asleep, I Googled and I found someone who's doing the same work like I do now, assisting other people to find their palm leaf. I made an appointment, and very soon afterwards, I actually ended up sitting in my car in front of a Vipassana center while I had my first palm leaf reading, which was very profound, very touching. I was very grateful for that. And I went straight from the reading into 10 days of silence, so that I had plenty of time to contemplate upon it, to integrate and digest the information, but also to feel into the entire process. And that's when I understood that it was not just about receiving information, but even more important, it was about opening up to a timeless blessing of the Rishis, the authors of the palm leaves, to those masters, those realized beings who out of their great compassion are here to help us. And that the palm leaf readings are just like a tool that makes us open up to that blessing, but that there's far more happening in the background on an energetic level. So when we have a palm leaf reading, we're actually connecting with those masters, with the Rishis. We're opening up to their blessing, and when we apply the remedies, the recommended practices to clean and transform karma, that's when we can really see very tangible effects in our life. Over a period of a few months, I started to apply these remedies. I did the pujas, the prayers that were recommended to me, and I could really see how every day my inner reality was shifting. I became more and more centered. I felt like a sense of clarity, of direction that I didn't have before. And then all of a sudden, also on the outside, my life started to shift. And when I looked at myself and my life, in the end of the remedy period, which took about 5 or 6 months, compared to when I had the reading, everything had shifted in my life. I felt much more clear, centered, stable, also connected with my own inner light, and also connected with this dimension, this realm of the masters, sages, blessing us, guiding us. And also on the outside, everything in my life had shifted for the better, literally. My physical body, my relationships, my sense of purpose, my work, my surrounding, my friendships, my community, everything had improved by far. And that's when I realized that there lies such an immense power in the palm leaf reading that's far beyond just receiving information about the future for our life, but it's literally a timeless blessing that's here waiting for us to be received, especially in these very challenging times that the world in total and many of us as individuals are going through. And that's my motivation to assist others in their journey with the palm leaves, is to open up to this dimension of the masters, to receive their blessings, and to apply, especially to apply the remedies, those recommended practices in their life, to have an overall much smoother, harmonious, and more happy life experience. I'm very happy if I can assist you in your journey with the palm leaves, and that they will call you in the right moment. Namaste.